Tonight's show was conceived, written, produced, directed, and starring.
I had someone recently ask me a question. Dave, when is it an appropriate time to start training my dog? It's a great question. They're all good questions. As a matter of fact, any question that you don't know the answer to when it comes to dog training is a good question. How else would you find out the answer? Alright, now the answer to that is I've answered that in all of my videos, by the way, but just in case you just happen to miss it, here we go again. You should start training your dog immediately, ASAP. Alright? Actually, training begins whether you know it or not. Either you're training the dog or the dog is training you. Bottom line, where should you start? Doesn't matter. I would say the first things you want to learn actually is sit, down, and come. Stay. Those are your 4 musts. Any dog training. Sit, down, stay, come. Those doesn't have to be in that order, but you got to teach those. Preferably, your dog should master 1 before you go on to the next. If your dog doesn't master the sit, you don't want to go to the down. You don't want to confuse them. Alright? So this is how we start our training the dog. Now, how do we teach the sit, down, stay? Alright? Those are my videos. I do have that on there. So this video is just basically when should you start training? And I mean ASAP. I started training my dog Aries right away. Now, I actually didn't start walking him until he's about 6 months. My bad. I didn't know. I didn't have David's videos then, you know. But with that being said, you want to start ASAP. I'll put that video up right here where I start training him. It's probably about this big. He will walk and then fall down. He couldn't even stand up all the way, which totally means I got him way too early. That's another thing. When is the right time to take your pup home? You want to make sure they're trained, socialized. They're not going to be fully trained anyway. That's not what breeders do. Breeders breed. They don't train. Some of them breed and train, you know, but for the most part, you're going to be doing the most training. Even when you pay the $3,000, the $5,000, and you go send your dog off to doggy boot camp and he gets trained, when he comes home, if you don't fulfill those training needs, if you don't keep teaching and implementing what he learned at the training, number 1, you wasted your $3,000 to $5,000. Number 2, all that training is going to go out the door. Alright? Think about it. You did algebra in 10th grade, you knew it. Now you're 30 years old or 40 years old, you haven't did it in God knows how long. Do you still know algebra, geometry? Alright, well, algebra's kind of easy, so. But you get the point, alright? If you don't do it, and you don't do it on a regular basis, you're going to forget it. It's no different from dog training. So dog training must be done on a daily purpose. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's only 10-minute intervals. When you have a puppy, their attention span is very, very small. So you only do maybe 5 to 10 minutes training. I did mine with 10, you know, but every dog is different. Every puppy is different. With that being said, you also want to pick out a dog that's close to your temperament, your activity level. What I mean by that is if you're a person who's running and jogging all the time and you know you have a very active life, then you probably wouldn't want a bulldog or something like that. You know, they're pretty, you know, I don't want to say lazy, but they're like lethargic. They're just going to sit around and, you know, actually you could say lazy, but when they want to go, they want to go. Stubborn is what they're known for, you know, and it's not even that they're stubborn, it's just that they're so powerful, and if you're not a pack leader, they're just not going to listen to you. All right, bottom line, dogs do not follow weak leaders or emotional leaders. That's humans. All right, we may follow a boss or someone that we know is not doing the job right, but because we get paid and, you know, the chain of command, we have to abide by that. Doesn't work in the dog world. If you're not a strong leader, nip it in the bud. They will not follow you. No ifs, ands, or buts. Humans, us, we're the only people who follow weak leaders. That's it. So with that being said, get your training on. Any questions, throw them up. Deuces.
His dog, how to eat. Not alone a puppy, but just a dog, period. He knows he's only going to get to eat if he's sitting down. So right now he's sitting down patiently waiting for his food. The reason why we do it like this is because this is how his mother would also do him. His mother would wait feed the other ones. The one that's calm, they're the ones who get fed first. The one who's jumping around, acting excited, playing wrestling, they get fed last. So here's a quick lesson right here. Oh, got the food right there. Got the pup patiently waiting. He's sitting down, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to reward that behavior. And we're going to give him his food. And he's going to dig in, too. Just like we want him to. Dig right the fuck in. Go ahead and get it. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the bowl away. And he knows the only way he can get it back is if he sits down. So he sits down, we're going to reward, give it right back to him. Look at the tail wagging, he's in bliss, he's happy, I'm eating. We're going to stick our hand in the bowl. Let him eat from my hand. We're doing this so he doesn't become food aggressive as he gets older. Let him eat from your hand also. Might have put too much in there. Let him go ahead and lift it back up again. He's going to sit back down. Don't give him the food until he sits back down. Once he sits down, respond immediately with the food back. This way he knows. Keep the process going. Keep this going along. You have a happy-go-lucky dog when it comes to eating time. You have full control. This is Dave. I'm signing out. Dog Food Training 101. Deuces.
Aries, 11-month-old pit bull, food training, 102. Sitting there nice and calm, so we want to give him the food. Bring that down. Let him smell it, that's what we want. Can you smell it? Total control, like I said before, this is a daily ritual. I'm going to put the food down. And he's going to look at me for eye contact for the release. That's my food now, I claim it. He can't touch it until he gets the release. Free dog. Perfect. Aries Pit Bull Training 102.